Yes, the people, welcome to Dan's World, and you'll never guess where I am. That's right guys, I'm currently on the Kalamaki road coming down into Costas. So I'm actually here now with Rich. Rich, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Richie and I help and support the social media as well as Costas Pool Bar here in Kalamaki, Greece.
There you go, so guys, so I'm currently with Richie. Richie's going to give us an exclusive tour around Costas, and as you can see guys, I'm actually on the main road. So I've got the melon bar, what would you say, 200 yards on the left, and then a little bit further down guys, if you're the regulars, you've got venue on the right hand side as well. So I'll just show you the signs just up above. So when you're actually on this main road guys, there's like a little slip road, and I have showed you on previous vlogs this little slip road into it. So you're just off the main road guys, so you come down the slip road, you rear off to the left, and then we're roughly around about 200 yards down this road. So Richie's going to give us a little bit of information about Costas. So tell me what you know then, Rich.
Yes, so Costas Pool Bar started in 1985. For some people that's quite a milestone, and essentially built up the property thereon until we have it now. And I'm excited to give you a bit of a backstory on how Costas Pool Bar originated and where they've been and where they've come so far as we are today.
There we go guys, and also as well, I've got a list of questions that you guys have asked me from home. So Rich is going to explain obviously some of these questions. He's going to go into details and we're going to get the answers as well today. So I'm excited for this vlog. Obviously it's the exclusive tour around Costas. We're going to be looking at some rooms. He's going to take us into the show bar. Is it called a show bar? Entertainment bar? Whatever you want to call it. But it's the chill out bar where you're going to be enjoying the nightly entertainment while you're down here. Well, while you enjoy your stay down at Costas Pool Bar. So shall we go down then, Rich?
Yep, let's go. Let's take a go down.
So we're going to go down the slope guys. We're going to show you exactly how far it is. So how long have you worked here for, Rich?
I don't work, I help.
There you go, wrong word guys. So Rich is like a little helper. He's down here at Costas Pool Bar, and basically he's just knocking around. So he's helping with the place. So yes, so as soon as people get down here, Rich,
yeah,
so I just want you to treat me like if I was like a guest.
Perfect.
Staying at the hotel. So obviously what would be one of the first things I'll be doing, so I'll get dropped off on the coach or a taxi at Costas.
Yeah.
Obviously you'll show me where I need to go.
It would be either myself or it could be part of the reception team that are here throughout the summer season here at Costas Pool Bar. We have the lovely Natasha who is behind the scenes, making sure that all the bookings are right, and making sure that the requests are fulfilled for those guests and returning guests for here at Costas Pool Bar for many, many years. The first thing that you would notice, obviously, upon arriving at Costas, there is plenty of vegetation, as Costas do grow their own vegetables such as tomatoes, cucumbers, and that does fundamentally come through, and you will actually taste the freshness of that produce as they do here at Costas, and you'll get to see that later on myself.
How exciting, Rich.
It is, honestly, you know, it's nice to have the best of both worlds, having something that is fresh and organic, and being grown in your own backyard, and then you order something from the menu and it gets delivered in front of your plate, and you can taste that the eggs as well are fresh every single morning, which we'll go and have a look at the chickens later.
Oh, let's not talk about chickens, Rich. I've had a bit of experience with a cock or two.
Oh dear.
Obviously guys, you saw it on the vlog, the Skopos vlog, so we don't need to tell the story of that, but yeah, eggs and chickens at the minute. Yeah, let's the less said about that the better.
So as you are coming towards Costas now, you'll see that you've got Dean Studios and Astari, which is part of the friendship group here, and then you'll see obviously this is one of the hotels for D Block. So D Block here was essentially built in 2007 plus. It caters for both a balcony view as well as having rooms that are double and twin, and also you can see that this is probably one of the popular sort of blocks within Costas Pool Bar. Not sure why. I think it's probably the view, because you can actually get to see the sea in the distance from here. So as you arrive here at Costas Pool Bar, whether that will be Jet 2, whether you've come with EasyJet, or whether you've gone with a third-party supplier, or even if you've booked directly with us, this is the first and foremost of where you would actually be dropped off.
And that was one of the questions, Rich, and that people wanted answering. Can they actually book direct with
Yes,
the hotel?
they can book direct. Indeed, we encourage being booked directly. As I am, as an ex-travel agent myself, I can see that for me personally, in my opinion, you can find flights on third-party websites for as little as £40. I agree that you'd have to pay your luggage on top, which is probably a supplement of £60, but in total, you could fly out here to Greece for less than £100, and we can actually book directly, and you can have amazing offers that we are actually producing over the forthcoming weeks here in Easter, as well as recently, where you can actually rent a studio apartment for as little as €25 per night.
Wow, fantastic, Rich, absolutely fantastic, buddy. So what have we actually got behind
So
you
this
at
is
the
actually
minute?
a private home.
Oh, right, okay.
So this is a private home. This is where Taki, one of the business owners, lives. So this is not the reception area as previously described.
Yes.
So I don't want anyone knocking on the door at God knows hours in the morning.
He'll probably be asleep.
Yeah, works very hard, Taki stuff.
Yeah, he'll probably be asleep if it's an early morning arrival. So yes, the people, that's a private home and not the reception. So Richie's going to take us around the place. And also as well, Rich, so when the coaches or the taxi comes, where will they actually get dropped off us?
So essentially they'll pull up just literally here in this middle square between the entertainment board, which is all getting ready and prepped for this week's entertainment. I'm not going to give too much away. We have disclosed our Friday night headline act.
I noticed
already,
yes.
which I produced with that, which is Ska and Reggae.
Yeah, Alan Gregory.
Correct.
Yes.
So I won't give too much away at the moment. So that's getting all prepped and ready for the season. But essentially, the coach will drop you off here, and your bags will be here, and then we can then have a look at the reception at what point and when you go in. Obviously, it's in winter mode still, so obviously the reception desk is not there at the moment.
So yes, the people, just remember, like as I have said on previous vlogs, all these hotels actually show you them actually shut at the minute, so they are getting ready for the summer. So when's the first lot of guests arriving, Rich?
So we've got May the 1st. I think that's the most common practice. Now we know that flights are coming in recently now. You will get the odd tourist checking into private accommodations or places that are willing to facilitate people, so don't be put off just because it's May. If you are a single traveller and you want to get out, there are plenty of places that will offer that facility for you to stay in the winter months, should they be able to do that.
Fantastic, Rich. So shall we go and have a look at a room, Rich? Shall we have a look at the room first, or do you want to take me inside the...
I'm going to go from the outside in,
okay,
and then we can have a look around there first.
So there we go, guys, we're going from the outside in. So Rich, show me around.
Right, okay. So when you arrive here at Costas Pool Bar, you'll see our famous Bella, who's been with the family for many years. Very well liked dog, and she's getting a little bit old now, bless her. So
how old is she, Rich, do you know?
I would say probably at least 8 to 10 years.
So there you go, guys, 8 to 10 years. And this is Bella, and I've also heard as well there's a little one around, Lady.
Lady, yes. Well, she's a little mischief dog. Love her to bits, but she's probably scouting the grounds at the moment, for being honest.
I remember when I first came here, buddy, and the two of them were sort of barking. They come charging at me, and I thought, am I in trouble? Am I in danger? Shall I jump back in the car? And it wasn't until later, when the vlog went out, I had that many comments saying that there was the most friendliest of dogs around. So there you go, and as soft as a brush. But yes, the guys, yes, the people. And I've just actually seen Lady. Lady was just strolling around by the pool area.
Well, as you can see here at the moment, the kids' play area is now being tucked up full of weeds and stuff, and getting ready to clean up for the summer. I'll climb over the gate because we'll stop other dogs jumping in.
And as I have said on previous vlogs, guys, I do not climb over fences or gates, but there's an exception this time round. I'm in the hands of Rich.
So I've sent you some photos actually for the blog, which will show many years ago, I think it was back in 2007 minimum, that essentially it was just only this pool. It wasn't that there was nothing else, and I'm sure Dan will put them photos up for your viewing. But they then installed a small child's pool as well. As you can see, it's pretty much been cleaned the once over. We're just going to do it again before the season starts, and then have that filled up at some point next week, ready for guests to arrive. But essentially, with the old photos, you will see that this wasn't how it was before. Over the years and the times, they've put so much work and effort. At some point, we had plastic sunbed lounges, and they were that funky yellow and blue back in the 90s kind of look. But now we have some better sun lounges, and we have some sort of chill out decks as well with some nice furniture should you want to sit there with a wine or a beer or something and just lay back, and it's very peaceful and tranquil around here. It's off the main road, so you're not going to have that hustle and bustle.
You're making me thirsty, Rich. You're making me thirsty. Only if the sun was out. So like Rich said, it's well geared up for families, guys. So straight away you've got the child's play area. So all the weeds have just been pulled out. That's going to have like a little makeover, a little revamp, getting all that ready. And also as well, guys, as Rich touched on, there's also the child's pool as well. So, and I say you've got a nice big area around here. So obviously you'll have all your sun lounges, all your tables and chairs over at the back there. And like Rich says, if you're a wine drinker or a Mythos drinker, no problem at all. Costas have got it covered. So Rich, we're on to next.
So we're going to go around the back actually, because it's one of the things that people don't know about Costas, and that's essentially the animals.
You've touched on it, Rich. That was my next question.
There we go. So Costas Pool Bar are very animal friendly, and essentially they like to in the winter obviously have their own fresh produce, such as eggs, cucumbers, tomatoes, so forth and so on. So Costas has adapted to having an animal kind of farm, a small little animal farm. As you can see, we've got a turkey, and don't worry, we don't use that for Christmas. Just for those who are vegetarian and vegan, we are you know, meat friendly here. But essentially we have a layout of chickens. At the beginning we have turkeys, cockerels, and as you probably can see in the background as we're walking up to it, we have deer as well.
Absolutely fantastic, Rich. You'd never guess that this was here, buddy. I never saw it when I came in.
So we have deer as well, which again don't bite essentially. You can come up here and, you know, feed them straw or whatever. Obviously we also encourage, you know, children and adults alike to make sure they wash their hands straight after. But we can go down the bottom end. They might run off.
Yeah, let's have a little closer inspection of them. Check these out, guys. Absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you what, the kids would absolutely love these. There you go. So we've got 2, 4, so there's 6 of them, guys. So we've got 6 little Bambis on site as well. And not only the Bambis, check these out. So obviously we've got our little friends on site here. So we've got all the little chickens. There you go, guys, and as Rich touched on, all fresh eggs. So every morning those fresh eggs are delivered onto your plate and right to your table. So yeah, this is fantastic, Rich. So really there's more to Costas than just a room.
Yeah, there's more to Costas than just a room. It's the family element of Costas. It's not just so Costas Pool Bar being just an average hotel. That's Sakis, the famous dentist, who not only works here very, very hard throughout the summer and winter, he also obviously cleans with the community, cleans the beaches and does things for the fellow residents of Kalamaki.
I saw you poking down that nudist beach, Rich.
I've never been there before in my life.
Explain yourself.
All I'll say is I lost a pair of shorts, and it was traumatic enough there as well.
So yes, the people, there you go. And as you can imagine, the beaches, and with the amount of plastic that actually gets washed up onto the beach, and as you are all aware, you know, it's famous for its turtles, the loggerhead turtles. They all nest on Kalamaki Beach. So what these guys do is absolutely fantastic. So they're down there, they're cleaning it all up, and I'm not sure if you saw Richard's video on the Kalamaki group. He'd posted on there with Costa on his tractor, and they all went down onto the nudist beach, because even the nudist beach needs tidying up from time to time. So there you go. So Rich, where are we going?
We're going to A block. So we're going to show you different segments of Costas Pool Bar. and give you just a little bit of an insight of how it was first founded and where they are now.
Fantastic.
So here's the lovely lady. This is the trouble and mischief that everybody likes.
Hello. We're not barking today, are we?
No. She's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
So this is A block. So just a little bit of history of A block, and I'll just make sure I've got it right because I don't want to. So I believe, yes. So in 1985, Costas Pool Bar was originally set out, and it wasn't like how it is today. It's essentially a small hut and a pool. That's pretty much it. Now, let's go take you back to 1987, make sure it's right. It was just this lower floor here. So these 4 apartments here, so forget the top, it's just these 4 lower apartments here, which are just studios. At the moment, they are getting ready, and I'm not in a position to show you any of them rooms at the moment. But the top end in 1980, I think it was, yeah, so in 1988, 89, they decided to build on top of that to give you the studios there. So we have on the corner here, we have a 1 bedroom studio apartment with twin beds, and then we'll have others that will have double rooms. So we'll have 2 separate double rooms with 2 double beds in as well.
And also as well, Rich, just to ask you a question.
Yeah.
The twin and the doubles, can families fit a cot in there? So if it's like
Absolutely,
2 people and
yeah.
an infant?
We do have cots available, so should any families need to request a cot, I would suggest that if you are booking through third parties such as Jet2 or EasyJet, make that request at the point of booking. It's very important you do so that then could be transferred over to us. If in any case that you know things change and things happen, and you then arrive here, and should you need that, we do have the facilities and catering of you being able to have a cot should you need to have one.
Fantastic, Rich. And this was A block, wasn't it, Rich?
So this is A block here. So essentially, as I said, this is the very first block that was ever built at Costas Pool Bar here.
Fantastic, Rich. And how many blocks are there all together?
So we've got A to D. So we've essentially got 4 blocks. It houses, it's 42 rooms in total, including the apartments. And essentially we can cater obviously double or triple that in people and volume.
Fantastic, Rich. And you've probably just answered a question
Go on, then.
for me. So if it's like 2 adults and 3 children, because I know a lot of hotels will only accommodate up to 4 people.
Yeah.
And the modern family now, it's 2 adults and 3 children. So could you accommodate that?
Absolutely. So there are some rooms that are not available right now as they are being done. But we do have 2 twin beds, we have a double bed, and then we have also managed to put in an extra spare bed in some particular apartments so that you can actually cater up to that 5. So should there be a couple of 2 children, and then we do have an actual spare bed that you can be able to sit in, which I'll show Dan at some point today.
Fantastic, Rich. We're on a bit of a roll here, buddy. We're on a roll.
So we'll come across. So this essentially is going to be B block here, and C block kind of runs in the boat. I'll go around this way. So B block, essentially this was built in 1994. So once A block was established, it was about 5 to 6 years later they started B block here at Costas Pool Bar. And essentially, as you can see, it's all been freshly painted. It will be corrected at that point, but it's all been freshly painted for the summer and making it a little bit more, I'd say, it's housekeeping, isn't it? Let's say, you know, with the rain, the storms, and the weather they had this year, it's essential that we make sure that the upkeep of the building and maintenance is apparent. So we've got B block and C block here adjoining. As you'll see around here, kind of a crystal maze, but you've got the back end here. As you can see here, we have got work here at the moment still, but essentially again we've got double studios apartments in this block as well as C block. Once this 2 was established, then D block, which we'll go and have a look in a moment, was also then created in 2000s.
Superb, Rich. And I say, it looks fresh, if I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah.
I really do like the colours.
Yeah, we didn't want, I mean, I know some places highlight it by colours such as, you know, fluorescent colours like reds, yellows and greens. We just wanted to give it a bit of a more modernised, centric, neutral colours. Again, I'm really, really happy with the way it's come out and the freshness that it looks already, because honestly, what they do in the winter to get it up to this standard is phenomenal.
And I'll say as well, Rich, even though you're like a 2-minute walk onto the main strip, you actually feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Correct. You have that segment of, you know, not being able to have the hustle and bustle, and actually coming away and actually being off the beaten track, just to have that quietness, which some people do like, you know. It's a personal favourite of mine, because for me, I do like a bit of peace and quiet. I'm getting to that age now, as well as you, Dan, where you like to have a bit of peace and quiet and tranquil. It's all good going into the party, but it's nice to come out of it.
I don't even like to go into the party anymore, Rich.
I agree on that one as well. So you might see plenty of lemon trees here, which, you know, we do like to pick as, again, fresh produce. We do use these lemons if we decide to make drinks or even food as well. They are washed and they are cleaned beforehand, because we know that some people might question that, but they do. But again, you know, we always like to make sure that vegetation and a big important thing of the green belt, making sure that we have local and fresh produce here. So you might see apple trees, lemon trees. We just ain't got money trees.
If only, Rich, if only.
So this is C block here. What you'll notice is there is a canopy, and the reason why this canopy is because at the back end of the property, obviously there is no there's no wind breaking. So again, if it's too windy, if it's too too sunny, I'll correct myself, this kind of prevents that. And obviously the sunset does set in this direction. So sometimes, for me personally, what I've experienced, the sun can be beaming in the window and it's just very off-putting. It's like a sun trap here. So we've put this up here, and it has been here for quite a while, just to prevent that, really.
And it does help, it does make a difference as well, doesn't it, mate? It keeps all the rooms cooler. As you can see, all the canopies are down. Yeah. So it does make a massive difference.
So part of the safety here, which is why I brought you here, obviously we do have fire extinguishers that are making sure that they are in full working mode prior to opening. The exit points are at the bottom here, and obviously the nearest, which is what we've just walked up with, and there are fire entry and exit points all within the rooms as well. So fire is a massive safety thing here, as well as any emergency evacuation point, and that's going to be put into all the rooms at that point as well. So safety is one of our main things here at Costas Pool Bar.
Fantastic, Rich. And the rooms that we're about to have a look at, how many people do these rooms sleep up to?
So the one question is can you have a room of 5? I'm going to be able to show you a picture of that as well, so that you can put up on your site, so you can see the layout of how big the rooms are. And then obviously, essentially, if you can have then 4, 3 and the 2 twin room as well.
So yes, the people, Richard had kindly just shown me what the rooms are like. The reason why we stopped the recording is basically the rooms aren't quite ready. So Richard gave me some photos. I'm going to add the photos onto the video, and also as well I'll include them onto the Kalamaki Uncovered site as well, so you guys can see the photos. But I'll tell you what, guys, absolutely fantastic rooms, catering for 4, 5 people, quite spacious, and also as well you've got your kitchenette, sandwich toasting machine, anybody? So yes, the people know a toaster, a sandwich toasting machine. So absolutely fantastic. All the facilities are in there, knives, plates, forks, dishes, whatever you need, guys, kettles. So whatever you guys need for a self-catering holiday, the room has it all. So Rich, over to you.
Yeah, so now obviously you've seen that. We'll go into the main area, which particularly and predominantly is where you would spend your night for your entertainments. Now, I'm sure you've got a question to ask me about the entertainment, haven't you, Dan?
Yes, Rich. Do you have nightly entertainment, and is it live entertainment?
We do. So this year we are predominantly having 3 acts of this week. We keep 2 days open, so that if we have special guests or people that we've never seen before come to the island and want to perform for the guests. So I'm not going to give too much away. You'll have to follow Costas Pool Bar Kalamaki page, where daily updates or weekly updates of who our new acts and acts returning to Costas Pool Bar will be. Essentially, we do have our famous Greek night here, which a lot of people do buzz about here in Kalamaki. We're not going to give away too much just yet, but there is a little slight twist to our Greek night this year, which we'll be very, very excited to tell you all, but not until the time's ready. So just have to keep a watch out for that.
Exciting, Rich. So yeah, for all the big announcement, guys, follow Costas Pool Bar on the Facebook page, and that's where you'll get all the latest and up-to-date information. So Rich, do you want to lead the way?
Yes, I'll see if the door's open. I don't think it's going to be. No, so let me go round and I'll come over the door.
Cheers, Rich. So yes, the people, how fantastic is all this? So it's all geared up for families and even couples, guys. Even your entertainment on the night. Alan Gregory doing his ska performance. So bit of madness, bit of bad manners, fantastic. But those rooms are absolutely great, guys. So you've got separate bedroom apartments, you've got big large studio rooms, but I say they just was not ready to record.
So welcome to Costas Entertainment Lounge and Bar. So in the winter we do an airsoft play for the children, residents of Kalamaki, who will come here and have their birthdays here. We have 3 inflatable bounce castles and slides, and essentially they celebrate their birthday here, which in the winter is absolutely fantastic that Costas do that for the community and the residents of here in Kalamaki. So what is the layout normally? So we'll have to come back and see the layout when it's up and functional in the next few weeks, but we have 2 large screen TVs for your sports and entertainment, which will have a dedicated internet line this year to make sure that we don't have any mishaps or any buffering as some places do. And essentially this is all then transformed where you'll have a DJ box and bar up here. You'll have a stage which is going to be on this side this year, so it's going to be projected outwards, and then we're going to have an indoor stage as well as an outdoor stage. So you will be able to have entertainment while sitting around the pool of this year, as well as inside should the weather not be temperamental, as we all are subject to a bit of rain now and again. Essentially, the Greek night was also featured in here as well, as at the same layup and setup. And we are proud to announce that we do have a fire show within Kalamaki and the pool bar here, where Sakis Dennis, as people would know him, would do a fire show in the pool and set the pool alight, which is fantastic.
I'm glad you said Sakis and Dennis, mate. I thought it was going to be you then for one moment.
Absolutely not. But you know, it's something that is done differently here on the island, and we just want to give entertainment a family-friendly feel here. And I'm sure that a lot of people in the comments will say how well and how much they enjoy being here at Costas as much as we do and I do.
Fantastic, Rich. And as you just touched on, all these will be moved for the summer, guys. So you'll have all tables, chairs, a disco booth, and also as well, you'll have actually a performing stage as well for the artists to perform on during the evening. And then just behind me as well, you've actually got the bar as well, haven't you, Rich?
Yeah, so essentially we've got the bar here. Papa Costa is here.
Yes,
we're about to eat in a moment, so but yeah, we've got all the bar here. So this is where you would obviously order your food and eat, obviously in this lovely air conditioning unit as well. So don't forget, it is air conditioned in here as well, so when all the doors and windows are closed, you'll have that cooling feel while eating, because there's nothing worse than dripping not all over the salad bowl, but also all over the seats.
And while we're talking about air conditioning, Rich,
yeah,
so we touch on the air conditioning for the rooms.
Yeah.
How much is it per day?
So this year in 2025 it is €10 per day. We also have safes available, which I'm sure that was another question that people ask. That is €3 per day. And also with the air conditioning, I know a lot of people do have a concern of why is it not included. My easy answer to that is that we are a low-cost, budget-friendly apartments and studios. I am aware that obviously there are fantastic 5-star and 4-star hotels which will charge you anywhere minimum of €100 per night, where air conditioning is included. which you also probably have the 15 euros or 10 euros per night room tax included with that, where here at Costas you could pay as little as 30 euros per night on off season, and then obviously with air conditioning, should it be a bit too hot and things like that, you pay for what you want, and we are very open of no hidden fees or any hidden costs, so that's what I can try and compare it to as much as possible.
Fantastic, Rich. So there you go, guys. So the air conditioning is 10 euros per day, and I'll be honest with you guys, the electric over here, it's not cheap. So like Rich touched on, it's family, we're keeping the family friendly budget accommodation, and we're just keeping the prices down, and then we'll let you decide, guys, what add-ons that you want. So if you want the safe, it's 3 euros per day, and or if you want the air conditioning, that's 10 euros per day as well, guys. So, and sometimes, Rich, at the start of the season, you don't really need the air conditioning, do you?
No,
it's just a preference, isn't it? Really,
it is a preference, and it is a commodity. You know, for me, it is well needed for most people, such as children. Yeah. I get that, but you can also choose which air conditioning you want in the rooms, as you've seen yourself, Dan. You can either have it in the children's room or you can have it in the adults' room. So the choice is yours with that. But is it a necessity? In some cases, yes, it can get very hot. It can get up to 40 degrees. I think the record temperature in Greece has been, in Zante should I say, has been 40.4 degrees many years ago. So it can get really, really hot. Yeah,
like I say, at the start of the season, I think you guys will be fine. But then coming to the middle of the season, sort of June, July, August, guys, it's going to be absolutely sweltering. So you probably will, well, you will need it. But like I say, at the start of the season, the end of the season, the temperatures do get a lot cooler. But once again, it's just a preference, and so I'll let you guys answer that. So we're on to now, Rich.
So that's pretty much what we have covered at the moment here at Costas Pool Bar. Again, what I will say is that over the next 3 weeks and the forthcoming weeks, there's going to be a lot of improvements and changes here, so I can't give too much away. We'd like to give it excitement for returning guests as well as new guests that have decided to join here, which is fantastic, because some of the comments and some of the messages that I look at and receive, that there are new guests that have never touched here at Costas Pool Bar ever and decided to give us a try and give us a go based on you guys' recommendation. It's been absolutely overwhelming, and I thank on behalf of Costas Pool Bar, Costas, Sakis, Takis and Adriana, thank you so much for your love, kindness, support here at Costas Pool Bar.
Fantastic, Rich. Yeah, fantastic, Rich. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
I'll shake your hand, buddy. Thank you. So yes, the people, there you go. So this is Costas Pool Bar. If you want to get in touch with Costas, follow him on the Facebook page, send Rich a message. Do you answer all the Costas messages, Rich?
On the social media, yes. What I would say, if you'd like to book direct here at Costas Pool Bar, please visit costashotel.gr, and you can email directly to the bookings team, where they will happy to accommodate you should you want to book directly. If you have booked with third parties such as Jet2, EasyJet or any third party, please first and fundamentally please speak to them directly. It can change its terms, conditions and clauses, but should you make any requests and don't have any response from them, then please by all means after 14 days give us a call prior to your holiday, and we can actually make any changes and recommendations should you need to do so.
Fantastic, Rich. How exciting. So yes, the people, there you go. So this is going to be the end of the vlog. I just want to say thank you to Rich, thank you to the Costa family as well for allowing this to happen today. So yes, the people, we'll see you all in the summer. Later.